What's going on, everybody? My name is Keith Vape. That's what I go by in the DFS community. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I've been playing the $9 slant max multi-entry tournament since week 9 or 10, I want to say. Okay, I've always fooled around with DFS, but I've always loved the sport. Just never had the time, but with COVID and all, I've had a lot of time in my hands to get things right. And I've been really successful at it, so I thought that I wanted to share some of my concept with you guys. Now, if you guys can see, I had, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lineups finish in the top 100 of the slant this week. I think week 10 or 11, I had 2 lineups in the top 10 paying out $18,000 approximately, which I'm going to make a video of as well. I know it's a little bit late for that, but I just didn't think about making it. But anyways, so here's where I was at, what I was thinking. Okay, I'm gonna go lineup by lineup with you guys, my thoughts, the process behind it. Like I said, I've won big in these past 4 weeks, and I don't think it's coincidence that I have finished in the top 10 with 2 lineups within 4 weeks twice already. So. Hear me out, guys, because you're going to enjoy my content. Alright, so here we are looking at my 4th place finished lineup. I was really high on Derek Carr and this week, and there's a couple reasons along with the Jets, and I'll explain to you guys here why. First of all, good total, good environment, and this was Darren Waller week. I mean, this was Darren Waller week, without a doubt. He had been burning people left and right for really almost 4 or 5 weeks now, even up against great matchups. And here's why I loaded up on him, mainly because when the news and the value at tight end opened up with Jordan Akins, with Anthony Ferguson, with all these cheap low-end tight ends, this was a perfect opportunity for me to pounce on Darren Waller, mainly because I knew he was going to be low-owned. Well, looking at projections, obviously, but it was just a perfect timing. It was against a really good matchup, and that led me to believe that Derek Carr would also have a good game, and he was also super low-owned. I mean, anybody with projections would have known this. So looking at this lineup, we had the stack of Derek Carr and Darren Waller, and a bring back with Jamison Crowder. Now, this was a huge play, guys. Let me explain to you why. Denzel Mims and Sharp Perriman, super cheap, and all the ownership was going there. And who does actually Sam Darnold really target on a week-to-week basis when Jamison Crowder was playing? It's Jamison Crowder, guys. It wasn't Mims. It wasn't Perriman. That one other game previous week was an outlier. It wasn't the real thing. So at lower ownership to Crowder, it was perfect time to pounce on him. Then we have over there Montgomery, which I wasn't super high on, mainly because of the percentage, how much he was owned. But, I still played a good 10% of them throughout my 150 max entries. And I was good there, so I'm glad that he ended up on this particular lineup. Then we had Chris Carson. Chris Carson was mainly an ownership play for me because I wanted to stack my running back with the defense, which, again, I wasn't super high on because of the ownership going to Seattle defense. But, hey, they got the 9 points, kind of did the job in this lineup. Chris Carson, that first game back, he looked really good. I think it was Thursday Night Football. I can't remember, but I really enjoyed that. Then we have Corey Davis here, mainly because I had thought that the Browns would actually destroy the Titans in this spot, mainly because this was a points play, guys. I mean, how does an 8-3 team get 6 points at home? Oh no, actually no, that was an away game. That was at the Titans. But still, how do they get 6 points? Like on neutral field, these are similar teams. These should be balanced teams, and we hadn't really seen Baker in a good environment, in a good football environment. So I actually, if you look at my I had full Brown stacks at 1% ownership to Baker Mayfield, and it was just they had a huge total. When everybody was going with the running back, so it was time to pounce on those receivers. So Corey Davis, I had about 17% of, mainly as a run back play, and then Robert Woods Robert Woods actually, he was just grading out really well. So I had like good 40% of Robert Woods. I played him solo here if you guys can see that. And then we have, of course, Justin Jefferson as a leverage play off of Dalvin Cook, who was really, again, mostly highly owned. But Jefferson really wasn't getting the ownership that he deserved. And he hit on this lineup. So that brought me to 4th place on this particular lineup. Now, I don't want this particular video to be super long, so I'm just going to quickly go over my top 2 lineups, and then I'll share the screenshots of my other plays so you guys can see it. My 9th lineup was, again, stack featuring, actually double stack here with Henry Ruggs and Darren Waller. Again, with the bring back of course, who other than Jamison Crowder here, guys. I told you guys what I thought about Jamison Crowder. I actually had like good 18% of Jamison Crowder. You guys can see he was only played 2.63% of the field here. Again, with Corey Davis as as a bring back from my Cleveland stacks, he ended up on this lineup. And then we had Dalvin Cook. Of course, I had good. I like 35% of Dalvin Cook. I was a little bit over the field on him because, hey, it's Dalvin Cook. It's a smash. He's matchup proof. Like he's gonna be played every week. Doesn't matter. He's matchup. And then we had here Myles Gaskin. When the news came out that Ryan Fitzpatrick was out of the game, I completely switched all my teams to. I removed all my Fitzpatrick teams and put Gaskins on there. I thought this was a perfect spot for him with their defense being solid and them controlling the clock and heavy favorites. I thought here Gaskin was a perfectly fine play. We have Henry Ruggs. Honestly, Henry Ruggs, I didn't have too much of. I only had about like good 4 or 5%, a little bit over the field, mainly because I had so much interest in Derek Carr, and Ruggs can always hit that deep bomb, so we went with Ruggs over there. Then we had Brandon Cooks. Guys, he ended up on this lineup, but believe me when I tell you this, I had 3% of Brandon Cooks. I mean, this guy was overly hyped for absolutely no reason. He's not a proven number 1 wide receiver. He's just not. He's never been. He's always been a number 2. And I don't know why people were so high on him. I knew this was a letdown spot for everybody, so I literally, if you can go see my lineups, 3 to 4% of Brandon Cooks. He just ended up on this lineup, which is fine. And then we had, of course, the killers of the week is the Patriots defense. I mean, you got Justin Herbert, rookie quarterback, throwing 40 to 50 times a game. I mean, hey guys, this is the type of spot to really play the defenses. If you wanna high leverage play on a defense, choose a defense against somebody that throws 50 times a game. Okay, this was the perfect spot, and they went off. They scored a bunch of special teams touchdowns. I mean, that was a little bit out of the picture, but anyways, they got the job done. So just check out the other lineups. You guys are going to see a lot of correlations, a lot of RB defense stacks. So I'm going to be making videos like this, and feel free to reach out to me here in the comment section. I'm going to be making more videos like this. Like I said, I'm really interested in DFS. I love talking about it, so I'm trying to get my name out there. Make another video from my week 10 or 11, whatever, when I finished top 10 twice in the top 10 in the $9 slant again. So extremely hard to do, but I've been, like I said, in 4 weeks of playing, I've already done it twice. It's kind of hard to believe, but yeah. So like, I don't know, this $9 slant tournament is really, really fun. And before this, I never really played 150 multi-max entry lineups. I always put in $100, $50 on a single entry lineup. Never really did well. Never really got the, those are really, it's hard to be successful in those. You gotta, when I started doing this full 150, that's when I started seeing success. And I want to share my thought process with you guys. You guys can reach out to me here anytime you want. My Twitter is @KeithVape. You can reach out to me there. And my YouTube channel, obviously, Keith Vape. You guys can see it there as well. And then, so check those out, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm sorry for being a shitty producer because this is my first time making a video like this. So I hope you enjoyed my concept, kind of what I was thinking behind the wall while I was making my lineups. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks.